Amon was not a bad man. He was just tired. Every night, he told himself, tomorrow will be different. And every night, he failed. The clock showed 1:47 a.m. The room was dark. Only the blue light of his phone filled his face. His eyes were heavy, but his thumb kept moving. Scroll. 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 Videos, posts, messages, none of them mattered. But he could not stop. In the morning, he would wake up late. He would rush. He would feel guilty. And again, he would promise himself to change. But promises were easy. Change was not. That night, Amon dropped the phone on the bed and stared at the ceiling. Why am I like this? He whispered. He was strong in many things. He worked hard. He cared about his family. But this one habit, it controlled him. And the worst part? He knew it was destroying his life slowly. The next morning, the alarm rang at 7 a.m. Amon did not move. The alarm rang again. And again. Finally, he opened his eyes. His head was heavy. His body felt weak. He looked at the phone. 3 missed calls. 1 angry message from his boss. His heart sank. He rushed out of bed, skipped breakfast, and ran to work. All day, he felt slow. His mind was foggy. He made small mistakes. That evening, while returning home, he saw his reflection in a shop window. Dark circles. Slouched shoulders. Empty eyes. He did not recognize himself. At home, Amon opened an old drawer. He was searching for nothing special. Just trying to distract his mind. Inside the drawer, he found an old notebook. Dust covered the cover. He wiped it and opened the first page. Only 1 line was written there. Small change. Every day. Amon frowned. What does this even mean, he thought. He turned the page. There was a word written in simple letters. Kaizen. Below it, a short explanation. Kaizen means improvement. Not big. Not fast. But small. Every day. Amon sat on the bed. He had tried big changes before. He deleted apps. He made strict rules. He failed every time. But this sounded different. No pressure, he said softly. Just small. That night, Amon did not promise to change his whole life. He made one small decision. Just one. I will not use my phone for the first 10 minutes after waking up. That was it. No big motivation. No long plan. Just 10 minutes. Before sleeping, he placed his phone on the table, not under his pillow like always. His heart beat faster. It felt strange. Like he was breaking a rule, even though he made it himself. The room was silent. His hand moved toward the phone. Then stopped. 10 minutes, he whispered. I can do 10 minutes. Sleep came slowly. The next morning, the alarm rang. Amon opened his eyes. His hand moved. Then froze. The phone was not next to him. For a moment, panic rose in his chest. What if I miss something? What if someone needs me? Then he remembered. 10 minutes. He sat up on the bed. The room felt quiet. Too quiet. He noticed his breath. Slow. Deep. He noticed the light coming from the window. He had never noticed this before. 5 minutes passed. His mind screamed for the phone. His body felt restless. But he stayed. At exactly 10 minutes, he picked up the phone. Nothing had changed. The world was still there. But something inside Amon felt different. That day, he felt slightly better. Just slightly. He ate breakfast. He reached work on time. He made fewer mistakes. It was not magic. But it was real. That night, the old habit returned. His finger hovered over the screen again. The urge was strong. His mind said, "You already did good today. One night won't matter." Amon looked at the clock. 11:30 p.m. He took a deep breath. "Just one small step," he said. He put the phone down and turned away. His heart beat fast. This was harder than he thought. But he remembered the word. Kaizen. Small. Every day. That night, Amon did not completely win. He still used the phone longer than he wanted. But something had changed. He did not feel helpless anymore. For the first time, he felt aware. As he lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, one thought filled his mind. What if the problem is not my willpower? What if the problem is the way I try to change? Outside, the city slept. Inside, Amon was awake. Not scrolling. Thinking. And for the first time in years, he felt a quiet hope. Because this time, he was not trying to change everything. He was changing one small thing. And he did not know it yet. But this tiny step was the beginning of a system that could break any bad habit. Amon did not wake up as a new man. The bad habit was still there. The phone was still there. The urge was still strong. But something small had changed. When Amon opened his eyes that morning, the first thing he noticed was silence. No screen. No noise. Just the sound of his breath. The alarm rang. He sat up slowly. His hand moved toward the phone, then stopped in the air. 10 minutes. His mind fought back. It's just one look. You deserve it. Nothing bad will happen. Amon closed his eyes. He counted his breath. 1. 2. 3. The urge did not disappear. But it became weaker. After 10 minutes, he picked up the phone. Again, nothing had changed. No emergency. No disaster. He felt a strange relief. That day, Amon decided to repeat the same rule. Just one small rule. Nothing more. At work, he noticed something new. He was not perfect. But he was present. He listened better. He spoke less. He felt calmer. In the past, Amon tried to become perfect in one day. Now, he was only trying to be 1% better. That night, temptation returned, stronger than before. The phone buzzed. A message. A video suggestion. His thumb hovered over the screen. This time, the fight was loud. You are tired. You worked hard. Kaizen is slow. This won't matter. Amon remembered the notebook. Small change. Every day. He stood up and walked to the window. Outside, lights were glowing in other homes. He wondered how many people were fighting the same battle. He made another small decision. I will stop scrolling at 12 a.m., he said. Only 30 minutes earlier than usual. That was all. At 12:01 a.m., his heart was racing. His body wanted the phone. But he turned it face down and lay on the bed. Sleep came late. But when it came, it felt deeper. The next morning, Amon woke up with less pain in his head. Not fresh. Not energetic. But better. This small improvement gave him courage. The narrator inside his mind whispered a new truth. You don't need motivation. You need a system. That day, Amon searched for the word again. Kaizen. He learned something important. Kaizen does not ask for big courage. It asks for small consistency. 1 minute. 1 step. One rule. That evening, Aman added one more tiny step. Before bed, he wrote one sentence in the notebook. Just one. Today I stopped scrolling 10 minutes earlier. That was it. No long journal. No deep thinking. Just one sentence. Days passed. Not many. Just a few. And then, something happened. One night, Aman was extremely tired. Work pressure. Family stress. Noise in the mind. The phone felt like comfort. This is not the day to fight, his mind said. He broke the rule. He scrolled past midnight. Then 1 a.m. Then 2 a.m. The old pattern returned. The next morning was painful. Head heavy. Eyes burning. Shame returned. You see, his mind said. You failed again. Aman sat on the bed. In the past, this was the moment he gave up completely. But this time, he did not. He opened the notebook. His hand was shaking. He wrote one sentence. I broke the rule today. Then another line. But I will not quit. This was new. No anger. No punishment. Just honesty. That day, Aman understood something powerful. Kaizen is not about never falling. It is about standing up quickly. That night, instead of making a big promise, Aman made a smaller one. I will stop 5 minutes earlier. That was all. The habit fought back again. But slowly, very slowly. Aman felt control returning. One evening, something unexpected happened. His friend called him. Let's hang out tonight, the friend said. Like old times. Aman looked at the clock. If he went out, his routine would break. If he stayed, he would feel lonely. This was a new kind of test. The phone was not the enemy now. Choice was. Aman thought carefully. Kaizen does not mean saying no to life. It means choosing balance. He replied, I'll come for 1 hour. Just 1 hour. Not all night. That night, he enjoyed the moment. He laughed. He talked. And he came home on time. It felt like a victory. Small. Quiet. Real. But the biggest test was waiting. One night, while lying in bed, Aman asked himself a question. What if this stops working? What if I lose control again? Fear rose. Because deep inside, he knew something. The habit was not just about the phone. It was about escape. And escape is hard to break. As the room went dark, Aman stared at the ceiling. He realized this was only the beginning. The habit would fight harder. Life would test him more. And the system must become stronger. He opened the notebook again. This time, he wrote a question. What is the next small rule? He did not know the answer yet. But he knew one thing. Big change was no longer his goal. Small progress was. Outside, the night was silent. Inside, Aman felt something rare. Not confidence. Not excitement. But trust. Trust in small steps. Trust in tomorrow. And somewhere between fear and hope. Aman fell asleep. Unaware that the next phase of Kaizen would test him in ways he never expected. Aman was improving. Not fast. Not perfectly. But enough to notice. He woke up a little earlier. He used his phone a little less. He felt a little calmer. These small wins made him feel hopeful. And hope can be dangerous. Because when people feel hope, they relax. One busy week, Aman stopped writing in the notebook. Just for today, he thought. Then another day passed. And another. The system became loose. The habit watched quietly. One night, Aman came home exhausted. Work pressure was high. Deadlines were close. His mind was noisy. He sat on the bed and picked up his phone. I will just check one thing, he told himself. One thing became many. Minutes turned into hours. The clock showed 2:18 a.m. Aman froze. His chest felt tight. He had lost control again. The next morning was heavy. The alarm rang, but Aman did not move. When he finally stood up, his body felt weak. His mind felt angry. At work, he made mistakes. Small ones. But enough to hurt his confidence. His boss looked at him and said, "You don't seem focused lately." Those words stayed with him all day. On the way home, Aman felt defeated. I tried, he thought. But maybe I am just weak. At home, he sat in silence. No phone. No noise. Just thoughts. This was the moment where he usually quit. Delete plans. Forget rules. Return to old life. But something stopped him. He opened the notebook again. The last written line was old. He felt ashamed. Slowly, he wrote. I am tired. I feel like a failure. His hand stopped. Then he remembered something he once read. Willpower is weak. Systems are strong. Aman looked at his past attempts. Every time, he depended on mood. On motivation. On feeling strong. And every time, he failed. What if I stopped trusting my feelings, he asked himself. That night, Aman made a different kind of decision. He did not promise to be disciplined. He decided to build rules. Simple. Clear. Non-emotional. Rule 1. Phone stays outside the bedroom. Not sometimes. Not when I feel strong. Always. Rule 2. No scrolling after brushing teeth. Brushing teeth became the stop signal. Rule 3. One line in a notebook every night. Even if the day is bad. These rules scared him. Because rules remove excuses. The first night was uncomfortable. His body wanted the phone. His mind searched for reasons. What if someone calls? What if something important happens? Aman placed the phone on the table outside the room. He closed the door. The room felt empty. He lay on the bed, staring at the ceiling. His heart beat fast. This was not motivation. This was fear. But he stayed. That night, he slept late. But when he woke up, something was different. The morning felt clean. No heavy head. No shame. Just quiet. At work, he felt more present. Not amazing. Not special. But steady. Days passed. The rules were not easy. Some nights, he hated them. Some nights, he wanted to break them. But the rules did not argue. They did not care how he felt. They simply existed. One evening, something unexpected happened. Aman had an important presentation the next day. Old Aman would panic. He would delay. He would escape into the phone. But this time, he used the system. He worked for 15 minutes. Then took a 5-minute break. Again. And again. Slow steps. No pressure. By midnight, he was prepared. Not perfect. But ready. The next day, he stood in front of his team. His voice was calm. His slides were clear. When it ended, his boss nodded. Good work, he said. Aman felt a small smile inside. But life is not kind forever. That same week, family pressure increased. Responsibilities grew. Stress returned. One night, Aman forgot the phone outside the room. He noticed only after lying down. The phone was next to him. His heart started racing. This is dangerous, he thought. The screen lit up. Notifications appeared. The habit woke up again. Aman sat up. He looked at the phone. Then at the door. This was a real test. No one was watching. No one would know. He held the phone in his hand. Then slowly, he stood up. He walked to the door. Placed the phone outside. Closed the door. His hands were shaking. But his mind felt proud. That night, Aman understood something deeply. Discipline is not about fighting desire. It is about removing choice. The rules saved him. Not his strength. Not his mood. As he wrote his one line in the notebook, he paused. Then he added another sentence. Systems protect me when I am weak. Aman lay in bed, breathing slowly. He knew the habit was still alive. Waiting. But now, he had armor. Simple rules. Small steps. Kaizen. Yet deep inside, another question waited. What happens when life breaks the system? Because sooner or later. Life always does. And that question would soon become real. Aman's system was working. Not loudly. Not magically. But quietly. His nights were calmer. His mornings were lighter. The phone no longer ruled his sleep. The rules felt normal now. Phone outside the room. No scrolling after brushing teeth. One line in the notebook. Simple. Because of this, something else improved. Focus. At work, Aman finished tasks faster. He spoke with confidence. People noticed. One afternoon, his boss called him into the office. We have an important project, the boss said. I want you to handle it. Aman felt nervous. But also proud. This would not have happened months ago. He worked using his system. 15 minutes of focus. 5 minutes of rest. No rush. No panic. Slow progress. Kaizen. The project was hard. Long hours. Many problems. Some nights, Aman wanted to escape. The phone waited outside the room like a quiet enemy. But the rules protected him. After one difficult day, Aman came home late. He was tired. His head hurt. He opened the door and heard laughter. His family was sitting together. Talking. Smiling. They stopped when they saw him. You are always busy now, his sister said softly. Her words were not angry. They were sad. Aman felt a sharp pain in his chest. He sat with them, but his mind was elsewhere. Deadlines. Work. The system. That night, Aman lay in bed, staring at the ceiling. A question slowly formed. Am I becoming better, or just busier? Kaizen was helping him break the bad habit. But something else was happening. He was becoming strict. Rigid. One evening, his friend called again. Let's go out. Just talk, the friend said. Aman looked at the clock. If he went, his routine would break. If he stayed, the rules would win. He felt trapped. For the first time, Aman questioned Kaizen. Is this system controlling me now? He wondered. That night, Aman did something different. He opened the notebook before sleeping. He wrote. The system works. But life feels heavy. He closed the notebook and sighed. The next day, pressure increased. The project deadline moved closer. His boss expected results. At the same time, a family issue appeared. A relative was unwell. Emotions were high. Alman felt pulled in all directions. That night, he came home exhausted. He forgot to place the phone outside. He brushed his teeth. Sat on the bed. Then he saw it. The phone. Right there. The old fear returned. This is how it starts, he thought. The screen lit up. A message from work. Another from family. His heart raced. Rules said one thing. Life demanded another. Alman sat silently. This moment felt heavier than all previous tests. Because this was not about habit. It was about choice. He picked up the phone. Then he stopped. Slowly, he put it down. He stood up. Walked outside the room. Placed the phone on the table. Then he paused. He turned back. Picked the phone again. This time, he opened it. He replied to the important messages. Short. Clear. Then he placed the phone back outside. Closed the door. Alman lay on the bed, breathing deeply. He felt relief. Not because he followed the rule perfectly. But because he adjusted it. That night, Alman understood something new. Kaizen is not about strict control. It is about small improvement with awareness. Rules must serve life. Not replace it. The next morning, Alman woke up early. He visited his relative. He talked. He listened. He did not rush. Later, at work, he finished the project step by step. The deadline was met. The project succeeded. His boss smiled. Good leadership, he said. But the biggest victory was quiet. That night, Alman sat with his family. No phone. No rush. Just presence. He felt balanced. Not perfect. But real. Before sleeping, Alman opened the notebook. He wrote slowly. Kaizen is not about doing more. It is about doing what matters, a little better each day. He closed the notebook. As he lay in bed, Alman realized something important. The bad habit had lost power. Not because it disappeared. But because his life became fuller. Yet one final truth remained. Life is unpredictable. Stress will return. Pain will come. The system must survive chaos. And Alman had one final question in his mind. What happens when everything breaks at once? The answer was coming. Soon. Alman did not wake up one day and feel successful. There was no celebration. No big moment. No loud victory. Life simply continued. But something was different. Months had passed since Alman started his small steps. Not big promises. Not sudden change. Just Kaizen. Small improvement. Every day. The bad habit did not disappear completely. But it no longer controlled him. Some nights were easy. Some nights were hard. But Alman knew how to return. He trusted his system. One morning, Alman woke up before the alarm. The room was quiet. Soft light entered through the window. He sat on the bed and smiled. This moment felt normal now. Before, mornings were painful. Now, they were calm. At work, Alman had grown. Not faster than everyone. Not smarter than everyone. But steadier. He finished tasks without panic. He handled stress without escape. People trusted him. One afternoon, a junior colleague asked him, "How do you stay so calm?" Alman paused. He thought about motivation videos. About strict discipline. About strong willpower. Then he said simply, "I take small steps." That night, Alman came home tired. Real tired. The kind of tired that breaks systems. His body ached. His mind was full. He placed the phone outside the room. But this time, fear appeared. What if I fail again? What if the habit comes back? Amon sat on the bed. He realized something important. The habit never truly dies. It waits. But fear no longer scared him. Because now, he knew the path back. Small step. One rule. One day. He opened the notebook. The pages were full now. Not of perfect days. But of honest ones. Good days. Bad days. Broken days. And still, progress. He wrote his final line for the day. I returned again. Weeks later, life tested him harder. A sudden problem. Unexpected pressure. Sleepless nights. Old Amon would collapse. New Amon slowed down. He reduced his rules. Just one rule for that week. Phone outside the room. That's it. Kaizen taught him something powerful. When life gets heavy, make the step smaller. Not bigger. The storm passed. And Amon survived it. One evening, Amon stood on the roof of his building. The city lights looked the same. The world had not changed. But he had. He thought about the man he was before. The tired eyes. The empty scrolling. The quiet shame. That man was not weak. He was just fighting the wrong way. Amon finally understood the truth. Bad habits are not enemies. They are signals. They show pain. Stress. Escape. Kaizen does not fight habits. It replaces them slowly. One small action at a time. That night, Amon slept peacefully. No struggle. No noise. Just rest. Months later, Amon's life looked different. Not perfect. But balanced. He worked with focus. He rested without guilt. He used his phone, but it did not use him. The habit had lost its power. Not because Amon became strong. But because he became consistent. One day, Amon met an old friend. You changed, the friend said. You seem lighter. Amon smiled. I didn't change my life, he replied. I changed my steps. That night, Amon opened the notebook one last time. He wrote slowly. Clear. Simple. Big change is loud. Small change is quiet. But quiet change lasts. He closed the notebook. Placed it in the drawer. Turned off the light. As he lay in bed, Amon felt something rare. Peace. Not excitement. Not pride. Just peace. Because he knew this truth now. You don't need to fix your whole life. You only need to fix today. One small step. And tomorrow will follow. Amon closed his eyes. The city slept. And somewhere in the quiet, Kaizen continued. Not as a philosophy. But as a way of life. The end.